Another pride of Lucban, Quezon. May call on Mr. Carl Benedict H. Obletias, cum laude. Mr. Obletias is also a recipient of the Award of Distinction in Shipboard Training and Leadership Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Obletias ranked first in the written examination for officers in charge of a navigational watch given by the Professional Regulations Commission this July 2012. Mr. Obletias completed his shipboard training on board the motor tanker Tsugaru and the pure car carrier as serial leader. May we now call on Mr. Jademar B. Bibat, cum laude. Mr. Bibat is also conferred the Award of Distinction in Shipboard Training and Best in Athletics. Mr. Bibat hails from Tuguegarao, Cagayan. He ranked second in his batch. He completed his shipboard training on board the LNG carrier Grace Cosmos and the bulk carrier Haramachi Maru. Finally, class 2012's sole magna cum laude, Mr. Jeric Sean P. Almares. Mr. Almares is also conferred the Award of Distinction in Shipboard Training and Decadent of the Year. He completed his shipboard training on board the full container ship NYK Terra and the motor tanker Toyo. very much, and congratulations to all the graduates, the awardees, and their parents. Once again, let's give them a big round of applause.
The NTMA Chairman's Award is presented to a graduating cadet who has demonstrated good governance, organizational leadership, and stewardship, which led to his excellent handling of any assignment given to him while he was a cadet at NTMA and during his shipboard training on board MT Chugaru and MV Asteria Leader. And for people and management skills, dedication to his duties and responsibilities, and his exemplary conduct of himself both inside and outside of the academy is word of trust and emulation by the other NTMA cadets for being an embodiment of a true officer and a gentleman. So, may I ask the honor guards to please. So this is the Chairman's Award. This is the first time that we are going to give. It's quite heavy, so I ask his assistants. No? It's an H class, so this is the first time that we are going to give this award, coming from the Chairman herself. And it's very difficult for us to pinpoint that person. In fact, we asked the chairman, maybe she would like to nominate or to have another person as awardee. Well, she thought about it and she said, okay, wow, she'll change his mind. I was thinking about it. And then suddenly she said, I'm sorry, Wilson. This guy deserves this. Nothing more, nothing less. I'll not change my mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, please hold on. The NTMA's Chairman Awardee for 2012 is OIC Navigational Watch, meaning he already passed the board examination, Mr. Carl Benedict H. Oblefias. May I request Madam Chair, ma'am, to please.
Before we proceed to the next award, we will pause momentarily for in preparation for our guest of honor. I'd like to request once again is the Commissioner and His Excellency Mr. Jajamar Binay, Mr. Kudo, Mr. Delgado, to award the Medal of Honor to the NYK TDG Award of Excellence to this year's awardee. Sir JRD will read the citation, sir.
It's my honor to read the NYK TDG Award of Excellence citation. The NYK TDG Award of Excellence is the highest award bestowed to a graduating cadet who has consistently fostered and demonstrated the NTMA exit competencies, consisting of academic, technical, and leadership skills, and exemplified the NYK values of integrity, innovation, and intensity, as well as TDG values of excellence, community, fairness, and stewardship. Given this 24th day of September 2012 at the NYK TDG Maritime Academy, Carmeltown, Calamba City, Laguna. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's NYK TDG Award of Excellence goes to none other than OIC Navigational Watchkeeper, Carl Benedict Oblefias.
Thank you very much, Madam. Congratulations, Carl. Thank you. May we now call on Mr. Carl Benedict Oblefias, recipient of the NYK TDG Award of Excellence and Chairman's Award, for his valedictory address. The Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Jajamar Binay, sir. The Ambassador of Japan to the Philippines, His Excellency Toshinao Urabe, sir. The Ambassador of Panama to the Philippines, His Excellency Roberto Vallarino, sir. The Honorable Commissioner Nona S. Ricafort of the Commission on Higher Education, ma'am. The honorable members of the Diplomatic Corps, sirs. The President of NYK Line, Mr. Yasumi Kudo, sir. The Founder and Group Chairman of the Transnational Diversified Group, Mr. Jose Roberto C. Delgado, sir. The Chairman of the Board of Trustees of NYK TDG Maritime Academy, Honorable Patricia A. Santo Tomas, ma'am. The President of NYK TDG Maritime Academy, Chief Engineer Wilson P. Travina, sir. Members of NTMA Board of Trustees, the NTMA Deans, faculty and staff, our dear sponsors and benefactors, our beloved parents, our respected seniors, the member of Class 2011, our junior cadets, my dear Class 2012, the batch Invictus. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You are what your deep driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny. This Hindu philosophy aptly describes my journey in life. Yes, even as a child, I have been thinking of being a captain of the ship. Inspired by the stories about adventures at seas and admiration for the big ships of different types sailing the vast oceans, I have developed a special affinity to the maritime profession. This desire became stronger when I saw the pictures of my father, then a promising deck officer in clean, crisp white uniform with matching shoulder boards. In my young mind, I also developed a special liking to the profession because my father was able to provide all our needs and comfort in life that my childhood friends never enjoyed. From then on, I made a promise to myself that one day I will become like him. It was not an easy journey though. My dream almost ended when I was in grade school. My father, then a second officer of NYK field, underwent a surgery to remove a tumor in his head. This paralyzed half of his body. That was the defining moment of our lives. But instead of losing hope, I saw in his eyes the strength that we needed that time. With 3 children to support, he remained unperturbed. He embraced his faith with the calmness of seas and continued to sail on despite the heavy weather. As he could no longer go back to sea, he took on odd jobs. Together with my mother, struggled to meet our needs. When I was about to graduate from high school, I was at a crossroad. My family was struggling for our daily needs. Food on the table was always scarce. And it pained me so much when I see my father working hard, literally dragging half of his body as he drove his tricycle around town, every day from sunrise to sunset. Given the situation of my parents, I asked myself, shall I still continue with my dream of being a seafarer? Or just pursue a short-term course so I can get a job and take care of my parents ashore? Deep inside me, I knew what I want. But I knew too that my mother has always been very reluctant for any of her children to pursue a seafaring career because of what happened to my father. But our dear Lord is so kind to me. He led me the way because one day in our high school, a group of NTMA officials came to conduct a career orientation talk and immediately gave examination to those interested students. I was one of those students who took the exam and I passed. Initially, I did not inform my parents about NTMA for the fear that they might disapprove of my plans because of what happened to my father. But finally, I faced my parents and discussed to them my plans. The response of my father was so quick, and he said, "My son, stay alone, pursue your dream. NYK is the best company in the world." After getting the approval of my father and other challenges beckoned, I almost did not make it because of financial challenges. Determined, my father redoubled his effort and took on different jobs just to support me. He worked day and night. Luckily, when I was on my first semester in the academy, I learned on the different scholarships that can be given to the deserving cadets. I made use of this opportunity, and with God's grace, I became an NYK scholar. With my father serving as my inspiration, I pushed myself harder. I discovered that aside from academics, I can also excel in extracurricular. The highest point of which was when I became the chief superintendent of the Corps of Cadets. Becoming the chief superintendent was an entirely different challenge. I realized that I was no longer responsible for myself alone, but for the entire fleet as well. In the course of my tenure, I met a lot of struggles, sacrifices, and challenges. But I had to keep strong and positive as my subordinates were looking at me. At times, I almost gave up. But every time I remember my father, I was emboldened. More than anybody else, I cannot afford to fail him. When I was aboard the ship, I carried the same zeal and kept myself hungry in terms of so many things to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, life indeed poses many challenges. It comes on many different forms and varying degrees. It is a never-ending phenomenon which requires a lot of preparation in order to make intelligent choices. This is the essence of our ceremony today. We were able to receive our diplomas a while ago. Some of us have also obtained our license as officers and engineers of the Navigational and Engine Watch from the Professional Regulations Commission. We were able to reach this far because we prepared to meet the challenges through our 3 years of stay at the academy, 1 year shipboard training, and 3 to 4 months rigid review for the licensure examination. In the coming months, we will be taking on more challenging role. That is our first voyage as officer. You and I know that it will not be an easy one, especially because we will be following the footsteps of our elder brothers, our seniors from batch 2011, who have literally put NTMA in the limelight with their various accomplishments. Some of them who have just disembarked from their respective ships are here, and may I request them to please rise to be recognized. Thank you, sirs. You are our inspiration to move on as well. To the class of 2012, Batch Invictus. Let us continue the voyage and ensure that we maintain the tradition of excellence that Batch Genesis started. No doubt, NTMA's excellent performance for the past 5 years has created ripples in the seafaring market. Unintentionally, we have captured so much attention. At this point, we cannot afford to make mistakes. We have to move on and continue the momentum, as we are not only responsible for ourselves, but to a larger community, the seafaring industry. As we try to make a name of our own, we are also accountable to continuously protect the image of NTMA, much more, the reputation of TDG, and the long, illustrious record of NYK Line as the biggest and oldest shipping company in Japan. We can only achieve these noble goals through conscious and consistent efforts to perform our duties and responsibilities in the tradition of excellence taught to us at the Academy. We have to continuously guard ourselves to maintain the standards expected of us. Basic among these expectations is to keep ourselves physically, emotionally, and mentally healthy so we can stand the challenges of the shipboard life. Let us continue to improve or upgrade ourselves in terms of technical competencies and human relation skills until we reach the pinnacle of our dream to become the best captains and engineers of the international seafaring industry. As we go on fulfilling our dreams for ourselves, for our families, let us not also forget our responsibilities to those who have helped us. Let us not forget our benefactors, for without their help, most of us would have not made it in today's graduation rites. I believe that the best way we can show to them our gratitude is to do our own shares in helping a young but deserving boy who dreams to become a merchant marine officer like us. Let us not also forget our roots. Every time we are on vacation, let us find time to visit our alma mater. Let us reach out and extend our assistance in whatever we can to make NTMA one of the best maritime schools in the world. At this point of time, please give me the privilege to honor my greatest inspiration. Tai, this is for you. You are more than a captain to me. I promise that I will continue whatever is started, and I will always make you proud. Mr. Oblivious, and congratulations. We now come to the oath of membership of Class 2012 to the Alumni Association. As soon as an NTMA cadet graduates, he automatically becomes a member of the NTMA Alumni Societas. The class of 2012 will be represented by their elected section representatives, whom I shall be calling hereafter. Please stand as I call the names of these section representatives. Mr. Moses Rainier Macalinaw of Section Castor, Mr. Franklin L. Tubig of Section Pollux, Mr. Monte Carlo C. Javier of Section Blower, and Mr. Christian M. Boni of Section Turbine. The class of 2012 will now take their oath of membership. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now call to stage the President of the Entima Alumni Societas, Third Officer Saldi F. Belus of Class 2011. At this point, may I also request the graduates of Class 2012 to please stand for the oath of membership.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear to abide by and uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the Entima Alumni Societas, and in good faith practice its noble and democratic creed. I pledge to perform my duties to the best of my abilities and capacity, with the aim in view of furthering the purpose of this association and advancing the interest of the community to which it is dedicated. In doing so, I shall conduct myself in a manner befitting of a good and true alumnus, by continuously demonstrating the NYK values of integrity, innovation, and intensity, as well as the TDG core of values of excellence, community, fairness, integrity, and stewardship, so as to bring honor and prestige to the association and to my alma mater, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Third Mate Belus. To all Class 2012 graduates, welcome to the association. Through the various projects of the Entima Alumni Societas, in the many years to come, the alumni envisions to cultivate the welfare of the academy, its alumni, cadets, and school personnel. It will also ensure that poor and deserving cadets will be fully supported so that they too can enjoy the blessings this institution provides. At this point, may we request our Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Madam Patricia A. Santo Tomas, to introduce our guest of honor and commencement speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Jejomar C. Binay.
Gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Our proud nation boasts of a long heritage of seafaring. Long before Western explorers came to our shores, Filipinos took to the sea as part of their way of life. Trade relations with other Malay states and even territories as far as China and Siam existed, and the traditional wooden watercraft called balangay or balanghay was the vessel through which livelihoods were made possible and interstate relationships pursued in this pre-colonial era. And therefore, the balanghay was also a symbol of Filipino artistry and craftsmanship. Indeed, the oceans were an integral part of the culture of the early Filipinos. Our people's affinity for the world's waters remains alive and vibrant today. Scores of our countrymen live and work in various vessels at sea, and soon you will join those ranks and carry on the noble reputation of the Filipino Marine.